My name's Dennis Lowe. I'm currently practicing as a doctor, a brain doctor, neurologist and an eye surgeon in the middle of the city. And I've been doing Wing Chun for some years now. I came back to it 2 years ago and I've reached a certain level where I now appreciate the art form in a more subtle way and in a deeper form. And I believe that the art of Wing Chun relates to a form of relaxation which is both from a physical and psychological point of view. And in order to learn the physical art of relaxation, there are several things that one has to do in Wing Chun training, which takes several decades. It's important to remember that in order to relax any muscle in the body, in any position, in order to keep it in a certain position, we have to contract certain muscles. Now, what Wing Chun tells us or tries to develop is the art of having the angle of our muscles and hands, position of our body, such that the muscles on both sides of, whether it's the arm or whether it's the spine, are equally relaxed. In other words, the antagonist and agonist muscles are equally relaxed in certain angles, and that's why we develop this optimum angle when we're performing any form of self-defense. Now, having reached that level where we know that we can relax certain parts of our body, both psychologically and physically, that allows the blood vessels which surround those joints and muscles to expand, because there's no contraction of those muscles. And once that happens, there's an increase in blood flow, which in itself gives us energy for those muscles to perform certain acts. The second thing that happens is that the whole body has to align itself in a position so that when it moves, it can move en masse, in one form. The brain has learnt, ever since we were very young, certain forms of fighting or reacting to anger, stress, fights, etc. Wing Chun has to undo all that. So, for example, if someone's attacking you, the natural reaction is to retreat and try and protect yourself. Well, Wing Chun does exactly the opposite. Instead of retreating, you learn to advance. So you have to put down that shield. And that's another thing that one learns in the system. In fact, the reflexes that one learns is completely opposite to what one has learned since childhood, which are usually the natural reactions that one has to pain, fear, attack, etc.